Christian country, Great Britain, United Kingdom, England, Britain, whatever you want to call it. And our national religion, our state religion is Christianity. So in a Christian country, why is a state primary school banning all references to Christmas in its festive Panto, Jack and the Beanstalk? This is happening at a place called Wherwell Primary School in Andover in Hampshire. Mary Overton is the head teacher. She's written to all parents assuring them we have requested that the show contain no reference to Christmas. She, of course, meant contains. I'm not sure if that's a literacy problem or I'm sure it's a typo, but there you have it. Well, I mean, why? You know, why can't... This is baffling me. It's something to do with all faiths and some kids won't be able to come. It's Jack and the damn Beanstalk. Let's talk to cultural commentator Lois McLatchie Miller. Hello, Lois.
Hi, Kevin. What a sad story.
What do you make of this? I mean, you know, I don't see why they can't have Jack and the Beanstalk and invite all the kids. And why I don't see why the headmistress has to assure parents in this letter, I can assure you there'll be no reference to Christmas, as if that's a good thing. This is a Christian country. That's our state religion. What is a state school doing banning references to the state religion?
Well, I know, I mean, this is done in the name of inclusion, but actually it's been very exclusionary to all the Christian children for whom this will be the main festival of the year and for whom they all have a right to celebrate. This is actually the opposite of inclusionary. This is exclusionary to them in the name of a kind of trumped up value, taking away from their experience and their right to celebrate the Christian story.
Yeah, indeed. And, you know, I would suggest they're little kids. It's Jack and the Beanstalk. And little kids tend to get excited by Christmas, whatever their background, because they get presents and all that. I mean, it's just so po-faced. And I think sort of wrong. And I would suggest that in terms of this primary school in Andover, near Andover anyway, that, you know, there'd be very few pupils will be excluded, won't be able to attend if they mention the word Christmas. This is a kind of fanatical madness, I think.
It follows a kind of strange trend, doesn't it, that we've seen in recent years of that kind of push against Christianity in our public and state institutions. And I think that's actually to our great detriment as a country, because we forget that Christianity is the very reason why we have these values of equality and human rights that we champion so much in British society today, you know. And Christianity kind of came into Rome centuries ago for the first time. You know, Rome was somewhere where human equality didn't exist at all. Slavery was rife. Children were abandoned on rubbish heaps if they were girls rather than boys. And it was just accepted in society that men have more rights than women and all these things that we stand against today. Why? Because Christianity came in with this concept of human equality and human rights. It's the reason why we have so many of these fundamental values in the West. And yet now today we see this push against Christianity to kind of shove it out the way. You know, it was represented for many years in television just through, you know, like Dot Cotton on EastEnders was kind of the flag bearing Christian. And now there's really nothing to hold up Christian values anymore at all in our culture. And it's pushed aside. But I think that's greatly to the detriment of the country. And we can see the loss of the very meaningful Christian values as we push aside the religion.
I'll tell you just a pop fact while you mentioned EastEnders, kind of plays into what we're discussing in a loose way. I used to be a TV critic. I haven't done it for a long time, hardly watch television anymore. But when I was a TV critic, this is only a few years back, you know, goes back to about, I stopped doing it in 2016. In all three of our big soaps, the EastEnders, Coronation Street and Emmerdale, there was not a single nuclear family. Not a single family unit consisting of parents, a mother and a father, and shall we say 2 kids or 3 kids. Not a single one. And this is the kind of cultural decline, I think, that we're suffering. And Ms. Overden, Mandy Overden, the head teacher, explained this in her letter. We have a number of families who either do not celebrate Christmas or do so in a different way. The children of these families are removed from events such as this at the request of their parents. Okay, then. So they get removed. She goes on to say, check this out. As this is not a Christmas event, drum roll, but a pantomime, it can be enjoyed by everyone with the changes we have requested. Mandy, if you're watching, a pantomime, I think, is a kind of a Christmas event, right?
I'd like to know if there would be, would just you to propose other Christmas events to take the place of this one. I suspect not. I suspect there's just going to be no Christmas festivities or Christian symbols or anything this winter in that school, which is a great loss to the kids. They won't learn about this great religion, this great faith, Christmas as a festival, and be able to grow from the values that wonderful story implies. So we're really cutting off our nose to spite our face here. We're taking something that's really valuable to society and sacrificing it in the name of tolerance and inclusion. But we know that those are just false values, because we're not tolerating or including any Christian children. We're only taking away and devaluing and stripping any faith or any religion or any colour or joy from this festival.
Yeah, it's Christmas. It's a panto. It's Jack and the Beanstalk. It's just ludicrous. You know, if there are parents who feel that their children are absolutely kind of polluted by any reference to our winter festival, then keep them out of the panto. Don't spoil it for every other kid. This is just crazy, absolutely crazy. And as I say, she does say in her letter, she says, we have requested that the show contain no reference to Christmas. As I say, I think she means contains. But, you know, maybe, I'm sure that's a typo. We couldn't have a head teacher not really being all that grammatical, could we, eh? Anyway, Lois, great to talk to you. Come on again soon. That's Lois McLatchie Miller, cultural commentator. I mean, what do you think? Give me a ring if you like. It's crazy, isn't it? Can't have any references to Christmas in our Christmas panto, Jack and the Beanstalk. That's a British primary school, a state primary school, in which the state religion, like it or not, is Christianity. And our winter festival for Christianity is called Christmas. Why don't they mention it? Honestly, I'm sick of this insanity.